and welcome to another video from oorail. So this wasn't actually the first video for 2021 I had planned on doing for the channel. I'm actually in the middle of a layout update. But this showed up in the mail yesterday from Canada, and I thought it'd be worth showing you guys a quick look at the GT3 from KR Models. So it looks like folks who ordered this in North America may have received it before the folks in the UK. So this is a unusual situation because usually I end out getting the models a week or two after folks in the UK. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick look at it and see what's in the box and have it run around the layout and see how it works. Alright, so let's get started. It comes in a very nice white box here. To open it up. And so inside here it has a stop, and it says read this before you use your model. This model has a close couple with the electrics contained. Be careful when moving it from the packaging. There are some fine detail and fragile parts. Please consult the service sheet for maintenance of your model. So basically it's telling me be careful when I take it out. Let's see what else we got in here. So it looks like there's a nice leaflet. Some information about the GT3 and some information at the back. Looks like they're thanking everybody for making the project a success, so that's great. Now, if you're not familiar with KR Models, they're a new company. They've got a couple of different models on the in development, and this is the first one out of the gate. I supported this a while back, so it's been a while, but it's finally here. So if you're on the fence about ordering stuff from KR Models, thinking, you know, they may pull a DJ Models sort of thing on people, I think we're quite happy to tell you that's not the case. And here's the model in a very well packed. I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to turn it around so it's pointing the right way here on my layout. And so it looks like it comes with a kind of a cool GT3 badge, some detailing parts, and it's in a standard kind of block of ice sort of deal here. So I'm going to very carefully remove it here. Now you may see some ballast stick to this because I'm not sure all my ballast is entirely glued down. But anyway, it looks like some detailing parts. I'll set that aside for now. This is kind of cool. It's a GT3 badge. And then of course we have the model itself. And we're going to very carefully lift it out and put it on near the track. You have to excuse me as I haven't actually done this, so this is all brand new. I can first of all see that that's interesting. I can see what they were talking about. So it looks like this has got a very interesting looking connector on it. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see here. Actually, since I've got it already apart, so mine wasn't connected. But you can see there, it's got a very, very fragile looking connector. So hopefully this will connect. I'm actually going to move this down where I can actually see it. Okay. So it looks like it's connected. It wasn't too bad. What I'm going to do now is move the camera a little bit, and we'll apply some power, and you guys can take a look at it, hopefully going around the layout. Alright, I think everything's ready to go. Just so you know, I did clean the track overnight, so this has got clean track. It's on the track properly. Looks real good. So let's see what happens. Alright, so there you've seen the GT3 going around the layout by itself. It's running exceptionally well. I'm using an old H&M Electran controller, and it's just running exceptionally smoothly back and forth through here and around the whole layout. It didn't have any problems whatsoever negotiating my mix of Hornby curved points with American Atlas brass points with, you know, Pico points kind of thrown in the middle over there by Chippenham Junction Station. So the whole thing just is exceptionally good runner. It's probably one of the best running locomotives that I had. So I did take a bit of a gamble with KO Models. They're a new company. Obviously, they've gotten a bit of a bad rap on RM Web being compared to people like DJ Models. So I can tell you now, this particular GT3, it's gonna kill that off. This model is fantastic. Like I said, it's probably one of the best locos that I have. It runs exceptionally well. It's extremely well made. It's very well engineered, and I've taken apart lots of locos, and from Helgen, Hornby. I've even had to fix some stuff on repeater trains, and this thing just runs exceptionally well and is exceptionally well engineered. I'm very impressed with the connector. I thought maybe it would cause some problems, but seeing it go around the layout, navigating my curved points and some of my bad track work, and it does exceptionally. So if you're wondering why I happen to have the GT3 ahead of everybody else, I'm actually just one of their customers. I did take a bit of a gamble with KO Models. I really wanted the GT3. It looked like it was a fantastic project that they started about 2 years ago, and they've definitely delivered. So I'm really happy because I took a bit of a gamble and I prepaid for the Fell as well as their ore wagons, and having seen this, I'm real glad that I did, and I'm really looking forward to the Leader project, which I think they're going to be opening the orders for pretty soon. So that's going to be very exciting stuff if they're half as good as this model. Alright, so in terms of teething issues, I did have 2 minor problems that were with the tender, and I have a funny feeling they may have been transport related. So one of the problems I had was when the loco was going around the layout initially, the tender was rattling. You could hear it kind of, chugging away and making kind of a weird rattling noise. So when it came back around, after running it a few times, I stopped it and I took the tender off, and it kind of flicked it over. And as I was flicking it over, a screw fell out through the little speaker hole at the bottom. And so I contacted KR Models because they're documentation is pretty specific. They say, you know, don't try to do any repairs yourself if you don't want to void your warranty. So I contacted them and said, hey, I don't really want to send this all the way back to Canada. If I can, you know, just pop the body shell off and fix it. So they told me to just go ahead and pop the body shell off the tender and put the screw back on. So when I popped the body shell off the tender, I discovered that the reason it was rattling had nothing to do with the screw, but the glazing for the back window on the tender had popped out and was just loose inside the tender. So I put that back in. I tried to put the screw back in, but I noticed it was the wrong type for the PCB, and there's already 2 screws in there holding the PCB, so I just left the screw out, and it doesn't seem to be causing any issues. The other problem I had was occasionally as the train went around the track, it would basically just stop dead, especially in 2 areas of the layout where the track kind of undulates a little bit and it's a little bit uneven. And it turned out that there's copper plate on either side of the tender for contacts, and on the red wire side it was really secure and wasn't moving, but on the black wire side, if you pick the tender up, the plate would actually fall downwards. It wouldn't fall all the way out, but it was like just not as secure as the other one. So I pushed that back into place and just sort of pushed the plate tip tabs on the front and the back over a little bit so that it wouldn't fall out and was secure like the other side. And since I've done that, it hasn't had any problems whatsoever. It goes around the track perfectly fine, doesn't stop dead anymore. So I think it was just that disconnection going on. Now what's interesting is it seems to have the speaker, even though I've got the DCC Ready version installed, and it does seem to need the tender in order for the loco to run. And I think that's because the main loco has the motor, and the tender has all the electronics, including the blanking plate and stuff like that for DCC Ready. So I suspect that it needs that electrical connection in order for the loco to run, which is why I was having it stop dead when the tender pickups weren't working properly. Also, I noticed since fixing that, it's been a much smoother runner and has been able to crawl along the track like you just saw. So I'm very, very impressed with it. All right, so I think I've rattled on enough. This is like I said, a fantastic model. I will do maybe some close-up photos and stick them on the oorail.co.uk website later in the week. If you're looking at some of the detailing, it's got really good detailing parts just all along the whole model. It's got the writing on the axle boxes here. It's also got, if you watch the connection rods as they go along, they actually spin a little bit. The bolts spin as it goes around, and that's pretty slick. And I'm just really happy with this model. So like I said, I'm really glad I pre-ordered it and put the money up front. I know KO models, a lot of people on ORM Web, for example, are comparing them to DJ models, and I can tell you now that's a really unfair comparison. This model is fantastic, and probably one of the best models. You know, if I was Hornby, if I was Helgen or Bachmann, I'd be looking at this model and going, you know, that's the standard that I want to try to achieve. They've done a fantastic job with it. Also, the guys over at KR Models are really helpful. Like I said, I had this problem on a Sunday. I reached out to them by Facebook Messenger. They got back to me real fast and were real helpful, and super helpful about getting everything rolling and giving me permission to go ahead and put the few minor repairs in to get it running. So I'm very happy with it. So what we're going to do next is stick the coaches on the end of this and let it run around the layout and give you guys some more shots of it, and hope you enjoy it. Now, if you haven't pre-ordered one of these, they have sold out on their first run, but I think they're doing a second run. So hit up the KR Models website. I'll put the link in the description, and reserve yours. You definitely won't be sorry, I can tell you that. In terms of some of their upcoming projects, they have the Fell, they have I think the Leaders coming out as a upcoming project as well. I've already, just gonna say now, I put my money down on the Fell and on the ore wagons, and I'm going to put my money down on the Leader as well. These guys are just knocked it straight out of the park. It's fantastic. All right, so let's go throw some coaches on this and give you guys some more shots of this logo going around. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The GT3 is a fantastic model. KR models have done a brilliant job with their first Loco, and I'm very pleased with it. And I'm very much looking forward to their future projects. And like I said, I've got the FEL as well as their ore wagons already paid up and waiting for them to deliver. So next up, I think they have the Leader project. They're going to open the order book for that pretty soon, and so I'm looking forward to that. I'll definitely be getting on board with that. It's a fantastic looking loco, and if it's half as good as this one, it'll be brilliant. Alright, so like I said, that's it for today's video. This thing has got fantastic hauling capacity. It's got 10 coaches there without any problems, and it's a mix of Bachmann, Mainline, and Hornby. You may have also noticed the new Hornby restaurant buffet attached to this train as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting a quick look at that as well. Alright, so hopefully you're looking forward to your GT3 if you've ordered one. If you haven't ordered one, I believe they've got a second run order book open. So check out KR Models website. I'll put the link in the description below. I'll also put together some photos and an article up on oorail.co.uk. And look out for my next video next day or so. I'll show you how I did the repairs to the tender. It's very basic stuff, just fixing that contact plate and fixing the glass there in the back. So it's pretty straightforward, and hopefully you guys will not have those problems. But I'm guessing it's transit. But once that was done, it's all good. Alright, so this is a fantastic model. Can't really say much more about it. I'm looking forward to running around the layout for the next couple of days, and then moving it over to the main part of the layout and hopefully getting to run it on a regular basis. Alright, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've got any comments or you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Alright, until next time.